Okay, the following is the infamous eulogy video that I've been talking about, delivering for quite some time, perhaps over a year now. I'd like to apologize to various members of my family. I did promise this video a long time ago to several individuals, and I also haven't kept in good contact with everybody as well as I should have. It's not been easy, but I'm doing all right. I'm doing much better than I expected, and I'm managing. Uh, I also would like to apologize that we did not have a formal memorial service for my mother. It just was difficult on various levels, both practical and emotional. Um, so therefore, I'm doing this. I hope you enjoy it. In any case, this was the same eulogy that I read for her at graveside. Thank you. It is with great regret and the deepest sadness that we gather here for the passing of my mother, the beautiful Linda Ruth Kleban. It is also with great pride and personal honor that I can say that I have come to know this woman for 35 years, let alone call her my mother. This is the person who was unequivocally the closest to me, and I assure you that the world, at least from my perspective, will never be the same without her. I was the only child of her womb, and she was the only child of her parents. If there ever was a mistake that she might have made, it was showing me a love, a singular unbridled love, that the world could never equal or measure up to. Trying to explain this love to you would be like trying to describe the taste of sugar to somebody who has never tried anything sweet. My mother was a woman of unparalleled talent. She held 2 master's degrees. She had traveled the world. She drew. She painted, and would probably be considered one of America's top art photographers had she chosen not to leave the profession. She, like my grandfather before her, sacrificed her own hopes and dreams to provide for the financial needs of her kin. She, like my grandfather before her, sacrificed her dreams so that I could have mine. For most of her life, she left the house at 6:30 in the morning and didn't return home again until 6 or 7 at night. That was Monday through Friday, to manage 2 buildings. She was a woman in a time what was considered a man's industry, and she was not afraid to swim upstream with the sharks. She never respected, sometimes much to my chagrin, anyone's ability to do her harm, and as a result, she lived life as she conducted business. Unstoppable. As understatably talented as she was in the art and business world, her greatest pride and accomplishments could only be sung by one person, and that's myself. My mother, who could have easily been on the New York Times bestseller candidate list, or Who's Who in American Art, chose to excel in motherhood as her specialization. I am everything because of this woman. I have everything because of this woman. And I will be everything that I will ever be because of the efforts of my mother. Hey, Ma. Ma, I want to go to Korea to fight in full contact competition. I'm not sure what the rules are or even if I'll come back. How much is it? An exorbitant price would be named. Just be careful, honey. Don't get hurt. Hey, Ma, can I go to Canada? I want to train with this former Soviet Special Forces guy. Who is he? Well, I don't know exactly, but he's like champion of Russia, and he kills people with his bare hands. Well, you just don't let him kill you with his bare hands then. Ma, I'm going to do a demonstration, and I kind of need somebody to smash a brick over my stomach with a sledgehammer. You think you can videotape? Just don't get hurt. Can I have the money for the bricks, Ma? How much is it? You're not going to get hurt during any of this, are you? I'm also going to need some money for the sledgehammer and also to rent a video camera. How much is that going to be? Ma, by the way, I think I'm going to need a ride to pick up that sledgehammer, the bricks, and the video camera. All right, what time do you want to leave? Ma, I want to devote every single minute of my life to fighting in the cage in the ring. Just don't get hurt, honey. Ma, I got hurt. Everything on my body hurts, and I'm broke. Somebody threw me on my head, and the doctors say it's a wonder that I'm even walking. I told you not to get hurt. It would sound as if this woman was a delinquent mother who wasn't listening. Even now, as I recall the things that she let me do, I shake my head. She must have been crazy, but the truth is she knew just each and every one of those things, just how dangerous they were. But she also knew how much they meant to me and what following dreams was all about, because she never got the chance to fully pursue hers. I've been training as a fighter all my life, and I have seen pain, I've endured pain, and I have lived with pain. I've been afraid, I've seen fear in others, and I have endured fear. I would like to tell you that my mother didn't suffer, but that really is not the case. Some people consider me a tough individual. I can tell you that I'm neither brave nor tough. I watched this woman battle cancer, battle pulmonary embolisms, battle chemotherapy, battle cellulitis, battle pneumonia, and do it. The doctors only gave my mother a few months to live. She pulled it off for 3 years. I want to be clear to everyone today why she did that. She did it for me. You know, Hanukkah is a story of miracles. A couple of days just before Hanukkah, my mother was rushed to the ICU and put on a respirator. It was one of the worst days of my life. We were unsure that she would make it. The first night of Hanukkah, she got off the ventilator. Throughout those days, we got our last chance to talk, laugh, and cry. On the 8th night, she stood up out of her hospital bed on her own, and we left that hospital. It was the greatest gift that anyone could ever get, except that every day with my mother was a gift. Distinguished people would often visit my mother's office, and in her office was this picture of a bare-chested, cauliflower-eared Neanderthal atop of some poor soul beating the living daylights out of. I wonder who that is. Well, who in the world is that thing? They would ask this woman with 2 master's degrees who could easily play piano by ear just as easily as she could discuss any Russian author. Oh, that's my son John. He's in Germany training the SWAT teams right now. Suits and ties would stare back at her in bewilderment as to what would motivate any mother into letting her choose this as a life goal, let alone be proud of it. But my mother knew. She knew what dreams were made of. I lived under this woman's heart for 9 months. She will live in my heart forever. I came from her, but we were really almost the same person, the same kindred spirits. She did not leave this world before she did everything that she could ever do for me, and that it was done. I hope that every single one of you will remember her and listen to the epics of what she did. Even at 70 years old, she still had the spirit of a child, a little girl whose vision of goodness and a world of possibility would always be alive. Thanks, Ma, for all the time you spent with me, for teaching me about compassion, empathy, for all the birthdays you gave me, and for teaching me about what a fighter and a human being was all about. You could never do any wrong by me. I miss you. I love you.